The webcast on இருக்கா? On? ஆமாம் ஆமாம். It is not there. That kind of report, use for us. We pay. அது வரலையே. She has to wait. She has to wait. Yeah. She has to call him and ask. Welcome back. ஒழுங்கா Okay. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswati Namaha, Shri Satgurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Janakalyane Niratam Karunamayam नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। सन्तोषिणी जगन्माता मम सौभाग्यवृद्धये नमस्करोमि भक्त्या त्वां प्रसन्ना वरदा भव। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। मेधासूक्तम्। ॐ हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। ॐ यच्छन्दसा वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽत्यमृताः सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया विहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ मेधादेवी जुषमाणान आगां दिश्वाची भद्रा सुमनस्य माना त्वया जुष्टानुदमानादुरुक्तान् बृहत्वदेम विदधे सुवीरा त्वया जुष्टऋषिर्भवति देवि त्वया ब्रह्मागतश्रीरुतत्वया त्वया जुष्टच्चित्रं विन्दते वसुसानो जुषस्वद्रविणो न मेधे मेधां म इन्द्रो ददातु मेधां देवी सरस्वती मेधां मे अश्विनावुभावा दत्तां पुष्करस्रजा अप्सरासु च या मेधा गन्धर्वेषु च यन्मनः दैवी मेधा सरस्वती सा मां मेधा सुरभिर्जुषताकं स्वाहा आमां मेधा सुरभिर्विश्वरूपा हिरण्यवर्णा जगती जगम्या ऊर्जस्वती पयसा पिन्वमाना सा मां मेधा सुप्रतीकाजुषन्तां मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मय्यग्नितेजो ददातु मयि मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयीन्द्र इन्द्रियं ददातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि सूर्यो भ्राजो ददातु हंस हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंस प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। So 34th verse. In Vaitatya Prakaranam, second chapter. Natma-bhavena nanedam svena svenapi kathanjana na prithak na prithak kinchit iti tattvavido viduhu. Natma-bhavena nanedam na svenapi kathanjana na prithang na prithang kinchit iti tattvavido viduhu. The more you probe into the Dvaita Prapancha, the more it becomes mysterious. You will never be intellectually categorize this world in any manner. That is why it is called Anirvachaniyam. Like a dream, you cannot say it does not exist because it gives you trouble. That is why there are prayers to avoid bad dream. We are existence to that, and there are interpretation for dream also. If you see this, this is a phalam. If you see this, if you see death, there is good thing happens. If you see wedding, there is bad thing happen. Like this, there are opposite. There are so many books are there on that explanation to dream. Vedanta says that itself is not real. What are you explaining? Therefore, the idea here is you cannot say it is non-existent, same time cannot say it exists also. So it is a mystery. So too, if you probe into this Dvaita Prapancha, you cannot define this matter. Why? He says, matter or the world does not exist as identical with Atma, the Chaitanya. Anatma is Jadam, Atma is Chetanam. And therefore, you cannot say the world, the Anatma, is existing with identical with Atma. Then, if it is not identical, can you say the matter exists separate from consciousness? That also you cannot say. You cannot prove the existence of this world separate from the observer. See, the whole phenomena, you think about it. Everything is existing in consciousness. That is why the perception is possible. I am conscious, you are conscious. The tree is existing in consciousness. If it is not existing, the Sat principle is there. See, Sat aspect is there. Even Chaitanyam also there. That is why the tree is alive. Tree is dead. So Chaitanyam also there. Bliss is not there. That is what it is. Bliss is not, it's not say it's not there, it is not manifest. So all the transaction in this creation is possible only in the medium of consciousness. This play of this consciousness, that's why dance of Shiva is what a wise man see. Because to prove the existence of something, we have to know. Knowledge presupposes consciousness. Without consciousness, nothing can be known. So therefore, Anatma is neither identical with Atma nor separate from Atma. Both you cannot prove. Now, let us say another choice. What is that? Let us say matter is part of Atma. It is not totally identical or totally different, but just part of Atma. You cannot say part also, as consciousness have no parts. Nanta pratnyam, na bahish pratnyam, no bhayada pratnyam, pratnyanaganam, chantam shivam advaitam. That verse is very important. Okay, 7th mantra. Now, next chapter, this Gaudavacharya is going to refer to that a lot. 3rd chapter. Thank you. It is free from all the divisions also. Therefore, only 3 possibilities. Matter must be separate or identical or part of consciousness. So all the 3 are not possible. Then, can I say it does not exist? I cannot say that also, because I am experiencing it. So whatever you experience, but you cannot logically categorize, that is called Maya. So this question is asked in Bhagavatam by Vidurji. Vidurji asked this question. Vidurji asked 100 questions to Maitreya Rishi. When Vidurji asked question, Vidurji is none other than Yamaraj, you see. Very detailed question. There he talk about this creation. Don't say creation is created by the Lord. He himself says. Then you have to establish what? The motive of the Lord. Why did he create? But generally the Shastra says Leelaya, sport. But then again we ask the question, why sport? Because that is, he's bored, that's why. Isn't it? So then you have to prove he was bored. Yeah. So that is also not correct. Or children, they are troubling the mother, say, go and play. So is it something like that? You cannot say Leela or he willed. What is it? So, logically, if you start analyzing the purpose of creation, the origin of creation, karya, karana, sambandha, all these things, if you start analyzing, you hit a wall. At one point, you have to stop because it is beyond all logics. That's why even in Bhashyakara, Adhyasa Bhashya, the first line itself, Bhagavan says that. Yushmat asmat prateyoho vishay vishinoho tamaprakashavade viruddhas subhavatvad itaretara bhavanam anubhavattav. Both are opposite in nature. What? Consciousness and the anatma, atma, anatma, you and I. Atma, anatma, both are opposite in nature. Viruddha sabhava. Like tamaprakashavate, darkness and light. A combination is not possible. But a combination is seen. Is it not? And that is called, Taitra Rishi says, that is why it is called Maya. He answers. It's a simple word. So, generally people say, Swamiji, Vedanta is understood, but this Maya is the problem. Everything else is understood. So that's why Devi Hyesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva ye prapatyante Maya metam tarantite. Very beautiful verse it is. So, if you study the Upanishads, then only the beauty of Gita you will understand. Otherwise, simple reading Gita, you will not appreciate the depth of knowledge Bhagavan has given there. So, Daivi, that Shabda is also very important. Dependent on Devam, consciousness. It has no independent existence. So, this Maya, now Maya also means what? I mean, morning only we discussed that. See, Maya is mind. Vivek Chudamani Bhagavan Shankaracharya very clearly said, Maya's local representative is mind. Now, mind also is what? Mind is matter. Now, matter has no independent existence. Now, when the matter get enlivens in the presence of Paramatma, that is consciousness, mind become ego, ahankara. That ahankara is the one gives you Dvaita Prapancha. Report to you the Dvaita Prapancha through the senses. Now the problem is, you cannot totally annihilate ego. If you totally annihilate ego, even Jivan Mukta Purusha, he will not be able to function in the world. Shankaracharya could not have written Bhashya if ego is not there. See? Ramachandraji could not have established Ramaraj without that presence of ego. So, ego, destruction of ego is not Jivan Mukti Avastha. So, this is very clear, then there is no problem. Otherwise, lot of confusion will be there. Nirvikalpa Samadhi is not Jivan Mukti Avastha. Nirvikalpa Samadhi you are getting into every day in sleep. So when you sleep, you can say, I was in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. You are not wiser. What is required is falsification of ego. That this ego is not real. If this understanding is very clear, then our life become what? An entertainment. The whole samsara become a beautiful entertainment. Lord has created such a entertainment. The whole world is there in front of you for entertainment. Varieties. Never get bored. If you take ego as real, then what happened? Suffer. Go ahead. You are welcome. This is the whole teaching, okay? Now to get to that point is a big problem. You cannot logically categorize Maya because intellect can understand only with classification. Any study is in the form of classification or categorization, scientific study. World is not available for categorization. That is why scientists have been telling, we are about to understand the world. And as they probe more and more, it becomes more hazier. Now the bottom line is, from Paramarthika Drishti, there is no creation at all. But you cannot say the world is non-existent because we see it. We cannot say it exists independently. Therefore, it is called mithya. Anything that is that has dependent existence is called mithya. Brahman being non-dual, a world distinct from consciousness, Brahman is not possible. Now the second line of 34, aprithang naprithang kinchit iti tattvavido viduhu. Leave alone Brahman. Right now, let us think. If you study the universe itself, we will find logical problem. We assume that the world is full of differences. Isn't that? Americans going to India to study India, write a book to publicize, isn't it? You keep on clicking pictures. He has only 10 days. Out of that, 3 days goes in traveling. Only camera see things, he doesn't see. What does he write? India is a complex place. Varieties, one state to another, different language, different food, different habits. The differences are there, which is a joy actually. But one thing common is what? The spiritual culture. That underlying principle, that camera cannot capture. Is it not? So different objects are there. That is why we have different names for different objects. It is a working experience. You need different names, different utility values there. See. Now, if you probe a little bit, then you will not be able to prove difference between one object to the other. Scientifically also, isn't it? Scientifically analyzing what the scientists say, every object is nothing but a proton and neutron, isn't it? Now, logically, you cannot prove difference between two objects, leave alone Brahman. Na prithak, na aprithak. You cannot say one is different from the other, nor identical with another. Now, how is that possible? Let us think. Gaudapadacharya is very hair-splitting argument. Now, how do you prove there is a difference? Suppose you say there is a yellow color and that yellow color is different from green color. Both you see, yellow and green. Yellow color, green color. Difference between green and yellow. Now the question he is asking is, what is the color of the difference? Bheda. Now how can you answer that? You cannot say difference is yellow color or green color. Therefore, difference is different from yellow and green. Means the different doesn't come under the category of color. Since difference is not a color, you cannot see the difference. So there is not pratyaksha pramanam between square and circle. The difference between square and circle, what is the shape? What is the shape of the difference? If difference is not a form, you cannot see it. Because eyes can see only color and form. Therefore, Vedanta argues Veda does not come under Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Since Veda is Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, Vilakshanam. Veda is never provable by Pratyaksha Pramanam. Cannot be inferred by me. What cannot be perceived can never be inferred. A person who has not seen fire cannot infer fire by seeing smoke. If Veda can never be perceivable, then it can never be perceived also, inferred also. Therefore, there is no pramanam to exhibit Veda, establish Veda. Then what is duality? It is a misconception which does not have the support of pramana. Any wrong concept without pramana support is mithya. Pramana means instrument of knowledge. Eyes are pramana, ears are pramana, nose is pramana, tongue is pramana for taste. Then what is duality? It is a misconception. Any wrong concept without pramana support is called mithya. Therefore, Gaudapada says, na prithak kinchit. You cannot talk about Dvaitam at all. Iti tattvavido viduhu. Thus the wise people understand mithya. Now mithya is understood.
We seemingly understood.
Yes, that is better. That is Kenovanisha student. Kenovanisha student, you know. Teacher asks, understood? That student says, I understood. Not that I understood. The one who understands that I have not understood is the one who understands. So that is the good answer, apparent. Mithya. The falsity, mithya is what? The fallacy of ego, falsification of ego. That's why Ramana Maharshi always hammer at the ego only. So what is samsara, what is life is nothing but play of ego. Ahamayam kuto bhavati chinvata aipatatyaham nija vicharanam. Very good. Long time ago I took that. Okay. Now, actually with this verse, Gaudapada Acharya concluded his thought Now to understand these subtle ideas and thoughts, what are the preparation required? That is what he is going to say now. Vitaragabhayakrodhaihi munibhirvedapāragaihi nirvikalpo hyayam drishtaha prapanchopashamodvayaha ragabhayakrodhaihi. With the previous verse 34, Gaudapada concludes his main teaching. Main teaching being Jagat Mithya or Jagat Vaitatthya Prakaranam. He concludes. Vaitatthya means Mithya. And when we say Jagat in Mandukya language, it refers to three padas: waking, dream, deep sleep. And what is Satyam is the fourth pada, Turiyam. Now he wants to wind up that teaching by mentioning about the sadhanas required for understanding the subtle teaching. 35 to 38 verses. So, in the 35th verse, Gaudapada Acharya emphasizes the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. Shravanam, mananam. Vita raga bhaya krodhaihi. Raga bhaya krodha. These three are mentioned in Gita also. Very often he mentions that. Vita raga bhaya krodha. Ragam, attachment. What is attachment? Me and mine. Okay. What do you understand by that? What else? Anything else? Attachment is dependence. Without that, I am zero. This thought is a problem. That's a main problem. If this person is there, I feel fulfilled, complete, purnata. If that person is not there, I feel empty. This is called attachment. What is your real nature? Purnatva. Completeness. Whether this person is there or not, your nature is Purnaha. That's why in 12th chapter, there is one verse. Anapeksha sujiddakshaha nirashira parigraha. Anapeksha sujiddakshaha udasino gadavyataha. Sarva arambha parityagi. So, anapekshaha, that's a very important thing. That is called detachment. Anapeksha is vairagya. I am complete, I am fulfilled, I am full. This thought, whether he may be sitting under a tree, that's why Shankaracharya wrote Kaupina Panchakam. Kaupina Vantak Khalu Bhagyavantaha. Says Kaupina Vantopi Bhagyavantaha. Even though I have only one loin cloth, but I am the blessed one. It's not that you have to have only loin cloth, then you will be blessed. Not that idea. Even with minimum, I am happier. This you have to go to India and all slum areas. Then only you know this. That's why the cord trips and all the children come back, experience that. To be happy, you don't need all this. In spite of all this, we are unhappy. Maybe. Without cell phone, we survived so many years, right? Now, every 10 minutes, you have to look at it. It's a habit. I think it's designed for that, I think. Created with that intention to make you addict. Anyway. So, Vita Raga Bhaya Krodhaihi. Raga means attachment. One should have Vairagyam. Once that is there, then fear and anger will also go away. Now, how Vairagya comes? See, this word Vairagya is also another problem, you see. People think it is, no. I'm not ready. I am very young, let me enjoy the world and all that. And why talk about Vairagyam? And young man also practicing Vairagyam. If he doesn't like certain thing, Karela Vairagyam. The magnified value for anything, if you give up. So, that's why Bhagavan said in Gita also, in 6th chapter it is there, Samaloshtasma Kanchanaha. So, it is not that a lump of clay and a stone and gold. The wise man doesn't differentiate. It's not that. He knows. But he doesn't give magnified value. He doesn't compare, saying that this is great, this is less. No. That's called samabuddhi. So a person who comes, a rich man comes, you give him aye, baitiye. A poor man standing there, hey, get out from here. Not that kind of attitude. Everybody is same. It's called samadrishti. That samadrishti is called vairagya. So, once Vairagyam is there, then fear and anger will go. Fear and anger comes wherever there is attachment. People generally ask Swamiji how to get rid of anger. See, anger is always because you have expectation, isn't it? This person should behave like this. You have put a frame, and that frame, you carry this frame and you keep on showing to somebody fit in that, you accept. Don't fit in that, reject. You created a standard unnecessarily. And once you are able to accept the person as is, she is, then there is no problem. Our problem is we have set some standard about that person should behave towards me in this manner. But we forget we should behave also same way. So that's why world is a reflection of our own self. Whatever we give, we get it back. So, the mind will become quiet, one who enjoys Samadhi Shatka Sampatti. So, quiet mind is the happiest mind. In order to quieten the mind, what all things required? We think that materially successful state makes you quieter. No. Then the anxiety is how to maintain that, protect it. Kshema. Yoga and Kshema. Next one is Munibhihi, those who have got clarity in thinking. All my problems are because of my ignorance of myself. Now, this diagnosis itself requires a lot of clarity. That ignorance is a cause. Only when I know ignorance is the problem, then alone knowledge is relevant for me. Not karma. For the sake of knowledge, one may resort to karma. That is okay. Veda Paragaihi, those who see the connection between knowledge and Vedantic studies. Those who are expert in knowledge understand the central part of the teaching. That's why Karma Kanda and Vedanta, the Sadhana Chatushtaya, not Sadhana Chatushtaya, No. The Athikari, Vishaya, Prayojanam, Sambandham. Who is Adhikari for Karma Kanda? Who is the Adhikari for Vedanta? They differ. What is the subject matter of Karma Kanda and what is subject matter of Vedanta? What is the prayojanam? What is the benefit? What is the sambandha, connection between the karma and the result? See, this analysis proves that karma adhikari is what? The one who has desire. Vedanta adhikari is what? One who has desire but not for dharmartha. He has desire for moksha. and Vairagya for Dharmartha. Whereas Karmakandi is what? The one who had desire for Dharma, Artha, Kama. Yes. Dharma is what? Currency, Punyam.
But as a mumuksha, I should still do dharma, right?
No, no. Dharma is again bind you. Dharma has limit. Dharma is what? Punyam. Punyam. Dharma is Punyam. Pavalla. Ah. So Dharma is Punyam is what? Currency. The currency you gain for next life. Like exchange. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever dharma you do, you don't enjoy here. You enjoy next life.
No, but sir, do you mean mumuksha should not do dharma?
No, that is not the point.
Or they know kartri prabhava towards dharma?
You do dharma, that is okay. But what I am saying is dharma has also limitation. That's why Karna was a dharmishta. But last Bhagavan has to take that away from him, isn't it? For gaining what? Moksha, give him moksha. So, Adhikari is different. Result also different. Karmakanda result is what? Loka prapti. Like Devaloka, etc. Prapti, Sukham, Anandam. Then Sambandha is what? Sambandha is just because you know the rituals. Unless you do it, you will not get result. Whereas in Jnanakanda, knowing is the result. See the difference? And prayojanam is karma gives you the result which is temporary. Abrahma bhuvanan lokan punaravartino Arjuna. Whereas moksha is permanent, eternal. So, Veda Paragaihi, those who see the connection between knowledge and Vedanta studies, those who are expert in knowledge understand the central part of the teaching. Some may think that knowledge comes through meditation. Such people, for them, Vedanta Shravanam will be a distraction. The one who understands that knowledge is gained through Vedanta Shravanam, they are called Veda Paragaihi. Only by those people I am drishtaha, this Turiyam Atma is clearly grasped. What is the nature of that Atma? Gaudavacharya reminds us, it is Prapanchopashamaha Advayaha. The nature of that Turiya is Nirvikalpaha, there is no division of thoughts. Thus, Mandukya can be grasped only by those who have the above qualification. Sadhane Chatushtaya Sampatti is important. Okay. Now, 36. Thought I wanted to complete this chapter. Read the commentary, Gurudev's commentary is very beautiful on this. Tasmadevam viditvainam Advaite yojaye smritim Advaitam samanuprapya Jatavallokamacharet. If a person has this sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, then this very process of shravanam will give rise to knowledge and instantaneous benefit also. Jnanam and jnanaphalam both are simultaneous. But if one do not have those sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, you may get knowledge, but the result of knowledge will not be there. There will be a gap. You will be an erudite scholar. Now, what is the method of rectifying this gap? That method is called nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam means what? It's not sitting in a corner, closing your eyes and then doze off. That is not nididhyasanam. You dwell upon the teaching. Whatever activity you are doing, it doesn't matter. While cooking, while cutting vegetables, you can dwell upon this. Vedantic thoughts. That is meditation. Gaudapadacharya says, if you say you know but not got the result, continue nididhyasanam, mananam, reflection and meditation. Therefore he says, tasmat enam evam vidhitva. Having grasped the teaching by systematic study through Vedantic Shravanam, but still I lack the result of Shravanam, then I feel I am a learned samsari. Then Advaite Smritim Yojayet. Keep your thought in Advaitam. Aham Brahmasmi Bhavana. See, this Aham Brahmasmi also is very interesting. If you start thinking about it, this Aham Brahmasmi you are saying with what? Your ego. But the ego here is falsified ego. Without ego, you cannot say Aham Brahmasmi. And as you dwell upon the teaching Advaitam Samanuprapya, the mind become prepared, and as the mind become prepared, that Jnanam gives its result in the form of joy, mental peace. Having become one with Advaitam, Shantam, Shivam, thereafter what do? Don't announce your Jivan Mukti. But Jadavat Lokamacharet. So, Padvacharya here gives Jadavat Lokamacharet. Move in the world like an ignorant person. If someone wants this knowledge, share. Otherwise, you live like any ordinary person. Now, in this verse, Nididhyasana is prescribed as a sadhana. Continuing 37. Nistutir namaskaro Niswadhakara evacha Chalachala niketascha Yetir yadrichiko bhaved Nistotir Another sadhana which is useful but optional, that is sannyasa ashrama. Taking to sannyasa ashrama is very useful for Vedantic Nididhyasanam. It is conducive to Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam. Therefore, he says, Yetihi bhavet. He can take to a monastic order. The advantage being he is free from all the duties. There are no family, social or religious duties. Veda itself says you can give up your religious duties. Therefore, he says, Nistutihi, freedom from all duties of Parayanams called Brahma Yajna. Vishnu Sahasranama Parayanam, Lalita Sahasranama Parayanam and all that. It's not that he should not do, but he is not bound by that. Nirnamaskaraha, daily puja one can give up. Niswadhakaraha, duties towards forefathers, Sraddha Karma, Mahalaya you have to observe, not for a sannyasi. Then what about maintaining a home? He doesn't have a regular home and therefore he doesn't have to maintain it. Chala, achala, niketascha. He has only two abodes. One is his own body, because body is a temporary tenement which he has brought through prarabdha karma. During laukika vyavahara, he identifies with this body. When he is not in worldly vyavahara, he resides in Brahman, second house. Achala Niketaha. Achala Niketa means house of Brahman. Yadrichika, living by chance or by prarabdha. Such a sannyasi you may choose to become. So third sadhana is sannyasa. By these sadhanas one can get that state of turiya. Last verse in this chapter. तत्त्वमध्यात्मिकं दृष्ट्वा तत्त्वं दृष्ट्वा तु बाह्यतः तत्त्वीभूतस्तदा रामः तत्त्वादप्रच्युतो भवेत्. By following these sadhanas, sadhana chatushtaya sambatti, shravana, manana, nididhyasana, and optional sannyasa, a person will get tattva darshanam or atma darshanam. Darshanam is not physical, he understands turiyam. Adhyatmikam tattvam drishtva. The wise man sees the turiyam within himself in the form of Sakshi Chaitanyam. So, Sakshi Chaitanya Rupena Tattvam Drishtva. The witness consciousness which is not associated with the mind. Mind is objective, an object. Therefore, it can be seen. Tattvam drishtva bahyataha. He sees the same outside also. It is important because many people think a jnani should sit in meditation all the time. So some people come and ask me also, Swami, how many hours you meditate? Somebody asked this to Gurudev. He immediately answered, 24 hours only, he said. Brahman is inside and outside also. He appreciates Brahman outside as Sat, the existence principle. That's why 10th chapter and 12th or 11th chapter both are important. That's why in 6th chapter complete Bhagavan gave 7th chapter, you see. You cannot sit in meditation all the time. When you open your eyes, what is your vision? You should not lose sight of the presence of Lord. So, Chit Rupena Antaha, Sat Rupena Behihi. The easiness in everything belongs to Brahman only. And Tattvi Bhutaha. He recognizes Chidatma not as an object, but I, the subject. I am the Atma and I have a body. Tada Ramaha, the very Vidya gives him joy. The very darshanam become entertainment for him. Vishaya Sukham comes okay, otherwise also okay. Agataha swagatam kuryat gachantam na nivarayet. Tattvada prachyutaha bhavet. He does not slip from Brahman thereafter. Like a person who is expert in cycling. Whatever situation he go through riding the cycle, he will not lose his balance. So too this Brahmajnanam, he will not lose sight of whatever situation is. Bhogarato va, bhogarato va, sangarato va, sangavihinaha, yasya brahmani ramate chittam nandati nandati nandatteva. He is called Jivan Muktaha. Now with this, Gaudapada Acharya concludes the topic wherein he discussed Jagat Mithyatvam, Vaitathya Prakaranam. Now next one is called Advaita Prakaranam, third chapter. We shall see that when I come back. Okay. Now, in Advaita Prakaranam, Agama Prakaranam will be referred. So go through that Agama Prakaranam as a homework. Especially 7 mantras, first 7 mantras. They are very important. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Class in second half of November, November 15th. We're back on 7th,
9th.
9th. So we can do the following 2 weeks on.
October 9th is Wednesday, right? The 10th will be difficult.
Yeah. So 15th is next
Yeah.
Tuesday.
15th onwards.
So we will do till Thanksgiving.
Yeah. 15th, 17th, 22nd, 24th.
24th might be Thanksgiving song.
Oh, I see.
So you might have
Thanksgiving I will have a camp, right?
but that will be from that
Friday.
Friday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
3 classes.
Hmm?
3 classes in November.
So during this time you can talk to
Swami.
Swamini Amma, get some class. Whatever topics you want to take.